The Antelope Valley is a war zone. There's stabbings and shootings daily. It's just swept, it's just Lancaster. It's just Lancaster to you, but my family lives there. I grew up there. I wanted to make a difference for that city, and look what happened. Getting guns and dope off the street, I don't have to wake up and hear about a triple homicide or some kid getting his head by his own dad. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna reward the criminal and you're gonna fire the cop.
Welcome to the Proper Scoundrel Show.
Trevor.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good,
You comfortable? You good to go?
Very. Yeah.
I'm so happy you came out. I appreciate it.
No, of course. Thanks for having me again.
You guys need to pack a lunch coming from that area, man.
Yeah.
And everybody lives. You should carpool or something.
No kidding.
But I
take
do
the
appreciate
bus.
It. What have you been up to? How's life?
It's going. The fight's continuing.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone that's watching knows the case.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just got to say that it's going to keep fighting on. I'm going to keep moving forward and make sure that this doesn't happen to somebody else, because I think it's a trend that we're seeing is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
And it's the sad part of, I think, policing in today's day and age is, you had all these 90s, early 2000s cops that are now kind of promoting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, what happened along the way? Like you get brass on the collar or,
You forgot where you came from. You forgot how hard the job is.
Yeah.
And
mm-hmm. This happened to me so early in my career. Like, I see you interviewing all kind of the old heads. Sorry to say that's what they are.
They are.
But, the OGs or, the old school guys that the young guys looked up to. And it's like, what happened? Where did that fire go from you? And then now you got this young generation like me that came in.
Mm-hmm.
I was only on for 3 years, pushing 4 years. And then the department did what it did to me. And it's like, I was the frontline troop. I didn't even get to experience the full department, the full shtick.
It was completely, I'm going to say what I see is that the guys that should have moved up didn't move up. A lot of guys that moved up should have stood down. And the ones that are up there changed. Because I know names. I know some of those guys that were up there in the tower. And I expected more of them. I totally expected more. Not just you, a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because they know better. I sat in the car with some of those guys that are up there with the stars. I sat in the car with these guys and I'm thinking, where did you learn that?
Yeah.
Where did you learn that? Everybody has due process. There's a process to everything. Department isn't corrupt. You got to go through a process no matter what happens. I've been through it. I've had to stand tall. I've been in meetings. I've had my job questioned.
Mm-hmm.
But I went through the process, and it was guaranteed I was going to get a fair shake. Like, they were going to look at it impartially. I don't see that. I see them scared and running.
Yeah, and, it's been 2 years and some change now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up on 3 years, actually. And the whole time I had in my mindset, right, I was told from the very beginning, you do the right thing and good things will happen to you. And that's, I did my job.
Yep.
I didn't deviate from what I was trained to do. I didn't go rogue.
Yep.
I was, I was ordered in on my day off that day, on that Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? Did I want to be there? No, but am I going to be there? Of course.
Of course.
Like, I'm a deputy sheriff,
You go where you're told to go.
I go where I'm told to go. And, like I said, I was the front line, right? Brand new, basically fresh off training on patrol in Lancaster, California as a deputy sheriff for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. To me, I was like on top of the world.
Yeah.
I was on cloud nine. My family was super young. My kids were super young. My wife and I were, freshly out of the military.
Yeah.
And, I had reached that goal of being what I wanted to do and being where I wanted to be, right? Because, you get on the department and, for me, it's, I wasn't going to just sit in the jails. And I don't know one good deputy that, is just like, hey, I can't wait to get on the department and go work, 3,000 booths until...
Well, you hear me getting in trouble doing that all the time. I'm a critic of staying in the jail, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't believe it's being done.
And for us, right, the guys that were like, hey, I can't wait to go to patrol, looking back at it, who knows? Maybe they're smarter than we are because
I don't believe, I have to say I would think that because of things going on now. But at the time when I was there, hell no.
Yeah.
Patrol was the greatest experience you can go through. I mean, it is it's outstanding when it's done right and you have backing. And I'm going to just be honest. That was nothing. I mean, come on.
A takedown and pepper spray.
That was nothing.
A takedown and pepper spray.
I hope you heard the ones that had the IAB guys here. And they all said the same thing. It should have been a station handle. It should have never passed. It should have been a station handle. 100%. And these guys were sergeants at our department. Great investigators. Fantastic investigators. OGs. Now they're retired with 30-something years on. And they told me it should have been a station handle.
Yeah.
Automatically. Not even a question.
Unit level.
100%.
Yeah. You know, I was always, I was told the same thing from people I won't name, obviously.
Of course.
But, you know, yeah, it was a huge betrayal to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, politics definitely got in the way of due process, in my opinion. And,
absolutely.
you know, obviously, like I said, I'm going to continue to fight it. And I hope, I don't know, one day maybe they'll just wake up and go, we did the wrong thing here. I know it's wishful thinking. I know it is.
I wish
my
like
wife,
you too, brother.
I know. My wife, she goes, you need to wake up because
those guys are gone. That time is gone. And hopefully you're right. And it isn't a hard decision. It isn't because all you do is compare it to the way things are done and things that happen that are serious things that happen. That's not a serious thing.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to what I've done and seen, you know, there's no way. That was controlled to me.
Yeah.
And then you always have to think the worst. What could have happened? I mean, there's a lot more things that could have been worse than that.
Man. Yeah, I mean, look at, you know, I think it was a few days ago, one of my partners in Lancaster, they just, they got like a 918 or a 417A call, and they tried to stab the deputy, and they had to end up shooting him. The
job is ugly. The job is ugly, and people want it to be pretty. They want it to be wrapped in a little bow. You know, it's not like that. The job is downright dirty, and you have to get downright dirty too, or else you're gonna get hurt. And we've seen guys get hurt when they hesitate.
Yeah, hesitation kills. You know,
absolutely.
And I've heard that from not just when I was in the military, right? If you hesitate, you're going to die.
You're going to die.
And it's like, then you get on the department and it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
You know, that outro video from the academy, right? It's where that police officer is giving commands and the guy reaches in his truck with the rifle and ends up killing that police officer, that state trooper. Yep. That's hesitation. If you hesitate, you're going to die in this job.
Yeah.
You know?
And you have to think of a regular, normal, everyday citizen. When you're told by someone with authority to do something, I mean, who doesn't do it?
Yeah.
Who doesn't do it? Fireman tells you back up, the house is on fire. Do you move up or do you back up? If I'm effecting arrest and I tell somebody something, give them commands, you're supposed to do it.
You just do it.
You do it. And if I'm taking my attention off my arrest, now there's a possibility I could get hurt.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at you and not dealing with this. And especially if it's not secure yet. So there's a lot of things, a lot of variables, and every situation is different. But you can always go with the standard of let me do my job and I'll talk to you after.
Exactly.
You have questions? Let me finish, and then I'll come and talk to you.
Be more than happy to answer them for you.
The way things are now is, I got to jump into it. Now, the law specifically says interfering is interfering. Whatever I think is causing me to take attention away from what could be a threat. That's it. That's the facts. And even the make an arrest. You want to make the arrest as simple as possible for that person being arrested.
Yeah.
The quicker you get them into custody, the safer they are.
Exactly.
And they're in custody. They're locked up. Everybody's good.
Exactly.
And we'll sort it out.
Yeah.
The longer the arrest takes, usually turns into a worse situation. The more I was taught, hook them fast, get the hooks on as fast as possible.
Yep.
If he's going to jail, as fast as possible. Sometimes it takes some finality, speed.
Yeah.
Don't let him think about fighting with you. Don't give him time to run from you, grab a gun, whatever it is.
Yeah, don't give them time to think about how to break from your
Well, what do they teach you?
detention or arrest.
Command presence.
Yeah.
Orders. Do this. Let me see your hands. Get out of the car. All these things that you're doing to control that person's movement because they're not secure yet, meaning you haven't been searched.
Exactly.
So we're taught, hurry up, get it done. And then you can just kind of back off and everybody's good. But
Yeah.
that arrest has to be done before it's like your level comes down. You just see what I'm saying? And then you understand what I'm trying to say is we're up here. And then as soon as the hooks are on, everybody goes, okay, we're good.
Exactly.
And I'll be happy to tell you why I'm doing this or why I'm here or who called me. Usually it's somebody called me. We don't just always show up. Sometimes we're called.
Yeah.
And we have to do something. We can't just walk away.
You know, to go into that, right? It's not like people are going up to fire scenes and telling firemen how to do their job.
Exactly.
It's the same principle to law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cops, we get such bad heat from the public for, you guys only do 6 months into academy. Yeah. I don't think you understand how hard that academy is. It's not just go to the shooting range and, go shoot a gun at a target. No, that academy, to me was probably 5 times harder than basic training for the Army.
Ask anybody who didn't make it.
Yeah.
People wash out all the time. Man.
All the time.
And the guys that make it, it's hard. It's hard. What's worse is field training.
Oh, patrol, yeah.
I've said it. I'm going to say it right now. I mean, dirt has more worth than a trainee, man.
Yeah.
The dirt under my shoe is more important than a trainee.
Yeah. I was like, I was in the infantry. I can handle patrol training with ease. No, I was maxing out. I was I never in my mind was I like, I'm done with this. I'm out of here. No, because I knew what I wanted, But it is definitely not for the faint of heart. That is for sure.
No, field training is, and that's what you went through before you went to the field. You did it. Yep. I did it. I tell people all the time, it was the worst, hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and it's still to this day. And I've done a lot more after that. That job, man. Well, your boys are going through it with you, your trainees. You're all going through it, and you compare notes, and you're all going through hell.
Exactly.
And then you got that one guy who has a real easier TO, and you're like, you jerk.
The traffic TO, you're like, you son of a bitch.
The TO kind of just he's eating lunch with him. They're hanging out. They're going after work, have a drink. I mean, what the heck?
I see him smiling. Yeah. I ain't smiling over here, man.
When you sit by the car and you're pretending to study your StatCo book, and they're all eating, all the TOs are eating inside a restaurant. You're just like, oh God, okay. And there's one trainee in there eating with them. You go, oh, you jerk.
And your stomach sounds like it's about to jump out of you.
You got a granola bar in your sock. Trying to
those Uncrustables. You shoving the 4th one in your mouth real quick.
These are true stories. It's the worst thing ever, and you get through it, and you've earned it.
Yeah.
And the department in the state anoints you and says, you can be a cop now. These are hard things to get, and they're very proud moments.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm getting to is the guy who's in charge of me, my boss, my senior, my sergeant, my lieutenant, he did the same thing. He went through the same rite of passage. He did the same training. He's had the same problems because we all get in trouble because it's a hard job. You're going to get in trouble or get talked to.
Yeah, we're not RoboCop. There's that human element to it.
When do you think they forget? When they get the promotion or they see the next promotion?
Obviously, I've had a lot of time to sit on Fort Couch and think about what is going on. Why are we so disconnected? I think it's when you start getting that brass on the shoulder. I don't know any sergeant, even to this day, that's like, dude, you were a little too much, right? You should have powered down. It's like, but then you got the brass, and it's, where are you? What happened? Where? And I think it's a little bit of both, right? They get the promotion, and it kind of clicks something where it's, or maybe they're just looking too much into the future. Like, where can I go?
That's true. I think that's a little bit of both.
And then you got your field troops that are like, what is happening?
It's not, you can't understand it because it's not you. You're not in the same mindset of, I'm going to get this big bump, and I'm not getting people promising me bumps if I do certain things.
Yeah.
Because that happens too. I watch people do it. I'm not making shit up. Hey, man, carry this, and you're going to get a bump. Instead of saying, nah, man, I'm not going to do that. This is wrong. I can't live with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that to this person. I'm not going to carry this shit sandwich down the street and make them eat it. I'm going to get rid of it because it's wrong what you guys are doing. But I'll give you a bump if you do it. And they do it. I've watched it happen.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a little bit of what happened with, my case too, is make this happen, and whatever you want to do or where you want to go is going to happen,
Yep.
I feel really bad because the two IA sergeants that came and served me my papers, right? Obviously, they don't open the letter and they don't know what it is, but they knew what it was when they were coming to the house.
Yep.
And, I didn't go off on them. I definitely told them, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Where's everybody's principles? Like, what are we doing? I told them, like, as we're deputies, right? Yeah, you're a sergeant, but you're also a deputy like myself.
Exactly.
Right? What are we doing to make sure that this never happens again? And, I looking back, I feel bad because I was kind of going in taking out a little anger on them. They were just serving the papers.
But they're all part of the process.
Yeah, and, and that's where I think brass, they've lost principles. Where are your principles? Where is it where you're going to draw the line for your ground troops, your front line, your patrolmen, right? These guys, I talk to my partners daily still. Everybody reaches out so much, and, I can't thank everybody enough, but, I feel bad for these dudes because mostly I talk to them in Lancaster, but, now I got some South bodies that are reaching out to me and, hey, I'm going through this, going through that. And, they're asking for advice, to just hold the line. But, everybody is just so overworked and beat down and scared, not of criminals anymore.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to go die in the street. They're afraid of
the department,
the echelon doing what they did to me and countless others.
Yeah.
I know 2 other people that got fired when they shouldn't have gotten fired. Yeah. And it's just like this trend of burn them and we'll figure it out. Burn them and we'll figure it out.
If anybody's watched this, I've talked about it. I've been in the room when I heard, fire him, let him fight for his job back. That was a statement from somebody who got a lot of stars. Fire him, let him fight for his job back. That's an option? What is this man's life going through? What's his family going through? Okay, that's one part of it. And I'm just going to say, man, if you got that promotion, how hard is it to do the right thing? How hard is it to be a man? How hard is it to be a woman? How hard is it to do the right thing? How hard is it? Because I don't think it's that hard. Because you're a cop, we do the right thing every day. We try to save people. We try to help people. We do it for the right thing. So we know what the right thing is. We know what the wrong thing is. So if you're that person that's in charge of these cases, because it's not just you, like I said, carrying it. Whoever started it isn't the person who's there.
No.
They start it. They go, oh, yeah, a certain person wants me to do this. I'm going to do it because I'm going to get that bump. I'm not going to be here to deal with the repercussions because I'm going to promote. Now, the person comes in, sees it, goes, oh, this is crap. Why do I get this? Well, because so-and-so left it on my desk and now it's my responsibility. But that person's told you it's being carried by this person. This person's the one who started it. You got to keep it going. So they'll keep carrying it. And I've said it on this show a few times, and I'm not making stuff up. This happens. I've seen it happen. So when is it like, hey, man, you know what? I'm retiring in a year. Let me do the right thing before I get the hell out of here.
Well,
or I don't care anymore. I'm going to do the right thing.
Wouldn't you want your own conscience just as a human being?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like if I went above and beyond and I went way too heavy, I would have owned up to it. Like self-preservation is important, but as a godly man and someone who has I've served my country and my community, right? If I made a mistake, I would have owned up to it that day. I would have gone, hey, Sarge, I think I made a mistake, But I reported to the sergeant when he showed up on scene, hey, Sarge, this is what I've got. I had nothing to hide. My body cam was on the whole time, other than when, she had rested her. She was still resisting when I was trying to put her in the car. and she ended up turning my body camera off. But then I saw the red light wasn't beeping, and I turned it back on when Sarge got there. Hey, Sarge, this is what I got. My body camera turned off. Right? I could see if my body camera was face down on the seat, and I went to that call, and the force that you get it. And 99% of everyone that watches this gets it.
Yeah.
There might be that 1% that did what they did to me and fired me, and they go, no, I'm sticking by it. But
there's a term I learned real quick. It's political capital.
yeah,
And that's all it was. All it was. And that's wrong. Because you can't say yours is more dire than somebody else's. It's got to be the same. It's got to be equal. You got to give equal justice, just like we do to the criminals. We try to give equal justice. The law says everybody gets this. That's why we have penal code. Everyone gets this. Second charge, you get that. But as soon as it's political, they go, oh, we're just going to jump and we're going to do something more. That's not the way it's supposed to be done. You were taught that's not the way it's done.
And it still baffles me to this day that
it's all wrong, man. It's completely wrong. Everybody who sat across from me that's talked about you said the same thing. And these guys are seasoned legends. And they're all, there's no way it should have gone where it went. And you're not saying just because I like Trevor. No one even knows you,
Yeah.
So it's not like, hey, it's my buddy, I'm going to vouch for him. They're looking at the case in its totality and saying, nah, man, this is not the standard. They're all saying the same thing. I did that. I effected arrests. I've fought people. I've put them down. I've held them down. I've arrested them. Some I've let go. Because sometimes they don't want to go to jail. But you can't change the standard on us just because it's politically correct. And we know what's going on over there. Everyone knows what's going on over there.
Still baffles me to this day. It doesn't make sense to me. I was so fresh. So I'm so new on this. I had 4 years, 3 years coming up on 4 years. I was brand new. As green as the grass,
Yeah.
And that's the sad reality of it. And I'm a first generation cop in my family. Nobody in my family that has ever had any aspirations to be a deputy or a policeman or a cop or a patrolman. And people thought I was nuts.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh wow, that's a shocker.
Yeah. And
now here we are. Reinventing it after 4 years.
Do you see a change? Like, do you think there's a possibility it could change if there was a change in leadership?
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I think that people have the tools to re-review and go, what kind of corrupt, disgusting case was this? I mean, just the legal case of all of it. Thank God for a change in leadership. The president, the presidential election turned my case onto its heels because now the federal government wants the charges dropped, and the judge said no, and that's what we're fighting in appeal. That's what's at the Ninth Circuit right now.
So they're holding fast on
a
mistake. They're holding fast on a mistake because they don't want to admit they made the mistake the first time. And that's what happens every time. You stand on that hill, and if your hill is built with lies, you need to get off of it, man. You need to do the right thing. My issue is I know there's people that have the power to fix it, and they're not stepping up. Yeah. Just not stepping up. Just just change places.
Yeah.
Change
imagine being a brand new deputy, basically fresh off patrol training. I mean, I think I had like a year. It was like a year and 6 months. I was just getting my groove. My stats were up. I was a good street cop. We had this crazy 211 armed robbery, and the guy was running around the clerk with a silver shotgun, and it was a gnarly thing.
Damn.
And my buddy, he ended up taking the handle. I think he had a new guy with them or a trainee or like a ride along kind of thing, and we were doing the legwork, and he calls me over and he's like, "Hey, let's start, hitting the street, seeing what we can find, see if we can find the guy." The guy ended up foot bailing south off, Avenue I, and eventually we ended up catching where he was, and it turned into this whole thing, and then we got into a little 998 over it.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was, the main premise I'm getting at is we did good police work.
Yeah,
and now. Every day was an episode of Cops, and now I tell my wife, I went from 100 to 0, like that. and it's rough.
That's hard, man. It's like retirement. It's
Yeah,
hard.
see, I think about that all the time. Is I don't see how you guys did 30+ year careers, and then you went to just nothing.
I've talked about that's why we started this part of it, is to give the guys something to do. And everybody comes in here kicking and screaming. They call me later saying, that was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
I'm getting so many good responses, and I felt good. I felt rejuvenated. I think it's great. But I also like to do these because I want my department to get its shit together.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's sad for you to see what it's become.
It's
terrible.
It's so disappointing.
Yeah, I've had probably over 100 retirees reach out to me, and they are just sickened by what has happened.
Yeah.
And then I know we didn't even touch up on this yet, but the whole Baker to Vegas boycott that they did for me. That should just show that the department's fed up with it already.
The retirees that are in here, they're all bosses. They're all badasses. I don't bring in slugs, not on purpose. It's just I've had the honor of having some great men in here.
Yeah.
Couldn't carry any of their war bags. They're guys I looked up to, and if they're saying what we're talking about, and they're saying the same thing we're saying, the guys that are there looked up to these guys just like I did. Because these names are huge. They're giants in the department.
Yeah.
They should have statues. So the guys that are there are hearing these people say that. They should take notice and say, man, are we doing something wrong? Or can I help the department and stop doing this? Instead of these, I know one person who's not there anymore. And I know that person was doing a lot of stuff. And I'm glad when I heard that's a thing now. He's not there anymore. That makes me feel better. And it's sad because I knew him when he was a good dude.
Yeah.
But
see, and it's sad that you have to say that. You knew him when he was a good dude.
Yep.
It's like we were saying earlier. Where did your principles go?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yep.
Was it the brass or was it when you got stripes?
I don't know, but I know they throw that carrot in front of these guys, and it's a lot of money. And I know I like money. You like money. Everybody likes money. But there's a point where you talk about selling your soul, and it's true. It's a cliche, but it's true. Mm-hmm. And I would rather come on this show and guys look at me like, Adam did a good job. I don't want to be anybody. I don't want people making up shit. Adam did a good job. Okay, whatever it is. We were cool. I did my job. I did it well. I don't want someone saying, man, Adam was a piece of crap. And
no.
That guy, he stabbed all these deputies, and he didn't help these deputies when they asked for help or they needed help. And there are positions of power where they could have helped these guys, and they did nothing. I would hate that. Would be like, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror.
I've been wanting to, I wanted to scream from the rooftops. Where are you guys?
Yep.
Where is my department? Right? I wasn't complaining when I was not getting paid to work overtime, or writing reports at home when I had a fresh new baby.
Yeah.
I wasn't complaining. I wasn't throwing you under the bus. I wasn't suing the county for working without getting paid, right? But when roles are reversed and it's me on the line, they just burn me to the cross. They burned me to the cross.
That's disappointing.
It's very disappointing. It's sad.
It comes up in here a lot. The guys say the same thing I say because we know the same guys, and we've mentioned names. And I don't know, man. I would think that if I got that power, I would use it to take care of everybody. I'm not going to help dirty cops. I'm going to help the guys who do the job and do it well. And they did it the way they're trained and the way they're supposed to do it. I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback anybody because I wasn't effing there. First of all, I hate that shit. Stand in the shoes, be there, and then you can say something. But otherwise, you have to look at the paperwork in totality. I have an issue with people carrying water and don't even know what they're carrying. They haven't even read the report, haven't even opened the book. You want to investigate me? You want to fire me? You want to give me days off? You want to demote me, take my stripes, whatever? At least give me the damn courtesy of knowing the case.
Exactly.
Front, back, and sideways. Not what was, and this is an investigator side of me. I did it. I was a detective 22 damn years. You don't take the word of anybody that hands you a case. You go, hey, Adam, this is file this. Nah, man. I'm looking through it. I'm reading it, and I'm making my own determinations, not your determinations.
Yeah.
Because the investigator can write whatever he wants. I might see it different than him. And he might have had a different reasoning for his dispositions. I'm telling you, I'm going to read that thing, and I'm going to make my own determination. I'm going to see through what's bullshit and what's real. And I'm gonna question stuff that's bullshit. I'm not just gonna carry it and say, "Oh yeah, okay, dude, I got your back. I'm gonna do this," even though I think, man, that's a little weird. Let me check this out, And then I want an answer to why I think it's weird, because they talk about the hair in your head.
Oh yeah.
If that stands up, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
And you should question it. And if you question one thing, you should question everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're starting to see a pattern of bullshit, maybe the whole thing's bullshit.
And with that being said, I'm going to say it so it's public, right? You want to see a pattern of bullshit? Look at Lancaster's fire track record right now. And you're going to be like, holy shit. Everybody's going to say that. Holy shit. What are they doing up there? Because it's the same thing. And I'm going to leave it at that. So,
well, we know what's going on there. We talked on it.
Yeah.
And I had the candidates in here. They talked on it. They talked on it. And they know more than me, so I can't say much. I'm all about, man, who's the messenger? If the messenger is legit, respected, kind of vetted, I'm good. But, man, I don't take shit from people that don't have that background. And I'm hearing these people say some crazy ass shit up there. And that's sad because we don't work for those people. We work for the citizens of LA County.
Exactly. And that's who's hurting the most is your average Joe citizenry, right? Your tax-paying, hardworking, busting their ass so they can make a living. And then they're out here getting victimized left and right. The Antelope Valley is a war zone. And I've told that to everybody. It is. It's an absolute war zone. There's stabbings and shootings daily, and it's just swept. It's just Lancaster. Yeah, it's just Lancaster to you, but my family lives there.
Yep.
My family works there.
Yep.
I grew up there, and I wanted to make a difference for that city, and look what happened.
And you were making a difference, and we all, when you're proactive, you'd make a difference.
Yeah, getting dope off the street, so I don't have to wake up and hear about a triple homicide or some kid getting his head cut off by his own dad. You know, and what are you going to do? You're going to reward the criminal, and you're going to fire the cop.
Yeah.
And put the cop in jail for doing his job.
And I wish the people in the areas that you're talking about would say something about it, because the power should be them, not this little groups that keep yelling and screaming at the cops. I mean, the power should be the people who are being victimized. I rolled up there all the time, bro, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, you know.
It's like I said, a war zone. And you'd be amazed at how much victimization is out there and how they get away with it. No one knows how bad it is up there.
It's so like I said, it's swept under it. And why? I don't understand it.
But let's tell the cops not to do their job. Let's tell the cops not to stop cars. Let's tell the cops, don't make contacts.
Better yet, let's throw the cops in jail and reward the criminal.
Yep.
That's the message they put out.
I always talk about it in here. It's like, who are you fighting for? When you do these activist groups or you do these little groups and you're sitting there screaming and yelling about the cops. Who are you yelling for?
Their brothers and cousins and sisters. And
I always talk about the good people of the neighborhood. I love the good people. I love them. But those good people's relatives, some of them are bad. And you have to call them out. My brother is a scumbag.
Yeah.
And he got arrested. Oh, I'm sorry, he got beat up. He got beat up because he was fighting with the cops.
Yeah.
Not my brother's the angel and he shouldn't have got beat up. No, he was fighting with the cops. And say, you know what, I can see my brother doing that. Instead of saying, you know what, everything you did against my brother is wrong. Even though he used to kick your butt or he's beat up other people in the family or he does stupid stuff. You have to call people out. Nobody wants to have bad family members. Nobody wants to have that one relative that's always in trouble. We're always trying to help. And for someone to be that bad, it's because everybody's already tried to help. Everyone's already tried to, here's some money. Here, you can stay with me. You can sleep on the couch. Let me help you out. But if he's out in the street doing bad stuff, it's because everybody else in his family gave up on him.
Yeah.
So now that he's done something against cops, listen, he's my brother again. No, it doesn't work like that, man. Call your people out, and it's only going to hurt yourself. I can see in Antelope Valley, I would roll up there and do jobs, and I would be with my partner, and we're undercover. So we're like in the middle of the shit. They have no idea we're cops. So I was pulling video at a liquor store, and 3 walked in, and they triangulated the whole liquor store, and I'm sitting there behind the register with the clerk. And my partner looks at me, and he spreads out. He moves to the other register. And I don't know if I wish I could remember the name.
Those hairs were going like,
I go, this is going to be good. I have my gun out already. He had his gun out already because they went to the corners of the room. And and I said, this is coming. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I was like, I got my freaking shield. I'm like,
shit.
I got my shield. I said, I got 9 chances. And I think he had a shield too. And they looked at us, and I guess they figured because
they knew something was.
He's got blue eyes. He's with blonde hair. He's he's standing in the corner, and I'm standing here. Probably me. They're probably thinking, okay, he's the clerk, but they probably looked at him like he's the security or something. And they thought better, and they walked out. And here's what my problem is that we always started our jobs. Homicide's got the tape up and all this good shit.
Yeah.
By the time we finished, they're gone. The street's clean. We're by ourselves in Lake L.A. And I got back and I tell my wife, I go, man, this place is like a zombie apocalypse.
The hills have eyes.
Oh, my God.
That's what we call it. The hills have eyes.
It is the liquor stores. There's just the shadow people walking around, and everybody's leaning in cars talking. And I go, but remember, we're UC, so we're in the middle of that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I can fit. These guys, they're going to get, I tell my partner, they're going to jack you. You look like a stockbroker, bro. I know you're UC, but
you're selling insurance.
I said, I'm gonna help them jack you. I'm gonna hey, get 'em.
I always did like your watch.
Get them, guys. Save my ass. I said, I just gotta outrun you. But that place is out of control.
It is,
and it needs more police work. It needs proactive cops that want to stop people who want to work. But the leadership now is telling them don't do shit, or giving the signals don't do it, or I'm going to leave you out to dry. Oh,
yeah. And, people are just out afraid. I always used to look at the guys that parked under the tree like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here,
You're a waste
man.
of a car, bro.
You're a waste of a car. You got some fucking dude who's sitting in the jail who's dying to come out.
To get out.
And you're parked under a fucking tree. Now looking back at it, that guy parked under the tree is the smartest son of a bitch I've ever met, because here I am, gung-ho cop, hooking and booking, trying to run my stats up, be a good deputy.
But if I switched your place and said do it again, you would still do the same thing. You wouldn't be under the tree because it's in your body. It's in your soul that you're going to be a worker.
Yeah.
I say, hey, Trevor, I'm put you back out there, bro. You couldn't put blinders on. I know, I can feel it, bro. You're gonna work. Hide under a tree. That person's always going to hide under a tree. Workers will always work.
But they're going to promote, and then they're going to burn the next deputy.
Yes. Now they're the bosses. You're right. You nailed it. 100%. 100%. Because they have no PPIs, and we were just grunts, soldiers. I loved it. I love being in the front line. I didn't want to be at the tower.
And it's a shame. And that's a big message I want to put out is shame on whoever was involved with my termination, man. Because
it was a few people. And it had to be a few people to all agree that this was what we're doing. And it started with...
And shame on them.
Yeah, 100%.
Shame on them.
I give no leeway to those guys.
My daughter, Maggie, she's 7 years old now, and she asks me all the time, Daddy, why aren't you a policeman anymore? And I tell her, it got taken from me. And I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, Daddy did this wrong. No, it got stolen from me.
Yeah.
And shame on you if you're involved in that.
Yep.
Seriously, where did your principles just fall apart, man? And it's just it's so despicable.
You're 100% correct. And I got to say something else. Even if you weren't connected to it, you could have spoke up. Because people in the room that aren't, it's not my case. And they had to be looking at it going, man, that's bull. They should have spoke up too.
But that's the thing that irks me, right? Over the course of these past 3 years, I've probably had thousands of messages saying, this is bullshit, man. I work at HOJ. This is bullshit. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, what are you doing about it?
Yeah.
You fucking work there to say something, do something about it, right? Because I'm doing, I could have taken a plea deal and just fucking said, I'm done with this shit and gone and moved to Texas and fucking been a cop out there. But I'm fighting here to the bitter end to make sure that this doesn't happen to another deputy, because the hell that this has been is unmatched. It's hell. It is, you know, and my poor wife has had to endure this shit for 3 years. My kids, you know, like we just had our newborn last week. Little Millie was born last week.
Yeah, I told you. Congratulations, yeah.
And what do those pieces of shit do? They fired me in February before my daughter's born. They couldn't at least the statutes up, and they knew what they were doing. They probably caught wind that my wife was pregnant and wanted to just stick it to me real good, you know. And shame on them.
I believe it's the brass that came from another department doesn't understand how you don't do that.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of it. I think it's a lot of it, but I'm just as disappointed in the guys I know that were around and didn't say shit.
Yeah, where were they?
Where were they? And you might say, well, I wasn't connected to it. It wasn't my case. No, dude. We get up all the time in rooms and stand up and say stuff that doesn't connect to me, but I'm going to say something because it's right.
Yeah.
You've been in how many briefings? Shit comes out and nothing goes by. You're not allowed to take a back door and say, it wasn't me. No, dude. So you're in the room and you heard it was happening. You could have said something. You could have done something because this is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's an easy fix. Mm-hmm. It's not even a hard fix. It's like, no, dude, we don't do this. Show precedence. No, it's not gonna happen. We're gonna do something else, or just put it back at the station. But I gotta believe his weakness is the people around him are. Who said it the other day? I think it was Ed was talking about. It's the people around him that are so weak that make him weaker. Mm-hmm. And strong. He called us something administration, lower administration. Ed Godfrey he's the man, and he said it when he said that's what's been happening the last few years is the people that are supposed to be supporting him and giving him good advice don't know what to tell him, and they're screwing it all up, and they're screwing him up because he could have been something great maybe if he had good people around him, but he decided to bring people around him who are going to be yes men.
Yeah, and
they totally screwed him because his department doesn't want him. There's no one in that department that works and wears a uniform that wants him.
I've yet to meet a deputy, and I've talked to thousands now across the county. You know, I will say that the case has been one good thing, right? Is I feel like North County and South bodies now are kind of like
they joined.
We see you guys up there in the boondocks.
We talked about it in here, man.
Yeah.
You guys got to get together and stop being two separate counties.
Yeah, I agree 100% because. At times like this is when unity is going to be paramount.
100%.
Right? Like, we get it, man. Right? Carson doesn't relate to Lancaster. We don't know what you guys are going through down south. You know, I don't know what you guys are dealing with down East LA or, you know, south.
Yeah.
You know, we get it. And, you know,
but they don't know what you're doing either, though.
No, so they don't understand, you know, that we got hundreds of miles of
desert.
God. You know, just like our RD is just ridiculous. And then, you know, we never get Arrow.
No.
It takes SEB 544 years to, you know, show up. God bless those guys, man, because they're so damn busy up there. I don't blame them. They're probably like, fuck, man, we got to go back to fucking Lancaster. Yeah. You know,
some people have talked about putting Arrow up there and putting an SCBU unit up there and putting having
Homicide,
resources out there.
You know, I felt bad for Homicide, man, because
I was with them.
Yeah,
I was with them.
I felt bad.
It sucked. They called me,
and
man.
Then you got dumbasses like me. You know, I was gonna bring my old buddy, my FTO Jesus. He one of the best memories we have is Homicide rolls up and it's late, and I'm malnourished, tired. You know, trainee Kirk. And he's like, all right, go tell Homicide what we got. And first thing he asked, hey, what's your name? And I was just taking a shit. I couldn't even, I had no juice left in me, man. I was like, he's like, Trevor Kirk, you know, TR. And I was just so tired, man. Yeah, and me and Jesus, we laugh about that shit all the time.
And those guys show up, man. They just want to get the hell back home.
And I'm pretty sure it was fucking windy as hell, cold, you know, because the summer, it's obviously scorched earth, and then the winters are just harsh, brutal.
Yep.
Dude,
I hated that call, man. We need you to go up to Lancaster to do the jail because they got a guy coming in.
And you're probably like, who'd I piss off today?
Exactly.
What'd I do wrong?
Who hates me?
Why? And then you got psychopaths that want to go work Lancaster patrolling me. Yeah, if you want to, if the younger guys that are watching this that are fresh on the department, if you want to go and learn where to be a good deputy, obviously every station's great, right? But Lancaster, you're going to get every call within 7 months. You're going to get everything. In 7, maybe 6 months.
You're going to know how to handle everything.
You're going to know how to handle everything. And those dog years are going to pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're going to have a good group of dudes up there that are going to take care of you, and girls, and
it's a great unit. It's a great place. Always very respectful, always willing to help. Yeah. None of this, man, do I got to do this? Do I got to do that?
Yeah. I'm off in an hour.
No, man, they're down. They were very, very interested in the stuff we did, because like I talked about, we went and did a lot of stuff with the Sergeant Owens. We did a lot of work up there. We were living up there. And then we were living at CJ when they moved him, the guy. But man, they were whatever you need, whatever you need, sir. Well, I need this cleared out, and I need that moved. I got you. Man.
Yeah, and you're gonna, we're so worked to the bone that a little more work's not gonna hurt.
It's true.
It's
true,
because that's how we feel. We right when you log on, that box just starts blowing up. Mm-hmm. And then you start, the good cops are going, okay, I'll go handle these 2 calls, and then wait for my 15 emergents to come in throughout the shift. But before that, I want to get at least 1 or 2 T-stops in. Boom, get your gun and dope, good to go. Get those blue slips to take home.
You gotta have your blues, man.
Gotta have them.
Gotta have your blues, windows down, blues, and I love that shit. I miss it. That's the stuff I miss.
I had a dream about work last night.
No way.
Oh yeah, I still do to this day, and my poor wife has to hear about my another dream. Yeah,
Well, God willing, and it works out for you. I hope so. You deserve it. I'm telling you from my experience, you should be 10-8.
Yeah.
And I know everybody in this room said the same thing. Yeah. That means a lot to me, because I'm reinforced with the fact that I know you guys are out there working still, because I get a lot of bad stuff, but no one's doing anything. I love to hear when the guys are doing their shit. And it sucks that when you do it right, you're still going to get in. I told you about a personal matter, and it's bullshit that they keep dragging stuff out that doesn't need to be dragged out.
Yeah. And, I hope that they see this and, you don't want to bring me back. Cool. Whatever. I'll manage, but don't do this to somebody else. It's so wrong, man. They crucified just a normal guy that loved his country and his community, and it's just wrong, man. And it makes me so sick.
There's times I tell my wife, I said, sometimes I wish I was still working, because I was a guy in the room that would just tell people shit. I've been in those rooms.
Well, you're a dying breed. Cause
I would tell shit and then Dan Light, I don't know if you've seen some of his episodes. He was my partner. We would jump over each other to get down someone's, because it was just, that's wrong. And the commanders, chiefs, I've had meetings with all those people, and they knew me. But what could they do to me? They're going to demote me, they're going to fire me. I mean, I'm telling them the truth.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody doing that kind of stepping up. I guess correcting.
Yeah.
It's not even hard to tell people sometimes, because sometimes they don't know. Sometimes they're so focused on what they were told they had to do. You can give them marching orders to go back, because I've done that too. It's like, this is why we can't do it. Yeah. And whoever told you to tell me to do that, you can tell them this is why we can't do it. And they go, oh, shit. And they go back and they go, oh, never, 1022. I said, well, because you guys jump in the gun on emotion and political capital like we talked about. Oh, it's going to make the department look bad. I think when you have these people that are in these rooms and they're having those meetings, the problem is the guys in that room don't have the experience to be able to explain to those people who have the wrong ideas why they're wrong.
Yeah.
And they don't have the composure or the poise to stand tall and be strong.
Yeah.
And say, this is why I do it. And then get the reaction from the person they're telling. Okay, he sounds confident. He probably knows what he's talking about. The Ed Godfreys, the freaking Dale Hedges, those guys that are
the legends. The
When
staples of the department.
Even Al Grotefend, these guys are badasses. They stood up in a room, people would listen. And it's not, they didn't have to say anything bad. They're just telling you, and you're listening because you know who's talking. And I think because everybody in that room, is going, well, I'm not that person, or I don't have the experience to be able to tell a commander, a chief, or a sheriff what's real. That's where we're hurting, because all those people I see are just going to say, yes, sir, whatever you want to do, sir.
But what's in another thing too is the Baker to Vegas boycott, right? That's the ground troops screaming to higher echelon, you are wrong about this. This is wrong, right? This is me. This is ground troop level screaming for help. Hey, please stop. What are you doing? Stop this.
Well, he's got...
And what they do, they doubled down.
Yep.
And they still did what they wanted to do.
He's got, let's say, 8,000 sworn. His brass is maybe... his administration is maybe 200. 7,800 people don't like him, don't trust him, don't want him. If I was working at Walmart, I'd be like, man, everybody who works for me doesn't want me, doesn't trust me, doesn't think I'm doing a good job, keeps diverting his authority to other people and giving them power, and they're making the wrong decisions. So he's not even really the boss. All these other people are, and they're making the wrong decisions, and he's not correcting them because he doesn't know how to correct them, or he's afraid to correct them. If I was that person looking down going, man, nobody wants me to be their leader. I'm not their leader. I'm just a figurehead with a desk in an office, but I'm not leading anyone.
Yeah.
I'm not leading anyone. And you're supposed to be, come on, you're a cop. You're supposed to be a leader. You have, all cops need a leader. All soldiers need leaders. Mm-hmm. You're not leading in a position or in a job. You're supposed to have a leader. And that's the point is, what do you do all day what do you think you're doing all day?
Yeah.
When you go down to these, like some people said, Mike said, quinceañeras, who's following you, and who do you think you're impressing, and who do you think is looking up to you, and who do you think you're making better? Who wants to aspire to be you? I don't get it. I don't see how you can go around all day long in your uniform and say, no one wants me here. And not because you weren't a deputy, but because you haven't shown that you belong there.
Mm-hmm. Or just simply had our back.
That's what I mean.
It's as easy as that, man. You are the sheriff of the sheriff's department. Mm-hmm. This is the sheriff's department, right? Mm-hmm. And, I know everybody that comes on here says it. Because it's true.
It's true.
The rest of the country looks to our training. It looks to our department for an example.
Yes.
And here you are, you just crucified it. You burned it.
Yep.
And your own deputies are going, what are you doing? They're screaming for help when they boycott Baker to Vegas. Because it wasn't just my case that they were boycotting. I think it had obviously it had a lot to do with it, but in my opinion, what it really was is it's the ground troops saying, we've had enough of getting just absolutely shit on for years on years on years. Is we need help. We're screaming for help. This is how we're going to show it, right? All these IA cases of petty forces. Yeah, there's cops doing some stupid shit. Hook them and book them. Get them out of here. We don't want them. Good cops hate dirty cops.
True.
And it's the truest thing ever. And, when you're going and you're literally using every angle possible to burn a guy that went out and did his job, that's when the kettle was just at max capacity, and that's when it blew up, and everybody was like, you know what? How are we going to show that we're sick of this shit? We're boycotting Baker to Vegas. So I just hope they watch this and they go, fuck, man, we're wrong. We're wrong.
I know,
and we need to fix something. Something needs to change.
And the whole point of this whole thing is, I think they screwed up when they made the sheriff have to get 5 years before he got his last bump. It should have been 4 years, get out. You can get your last bump. But they all want to do that next term because they want that last year. I didn't know this. I just learned this.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So they get the 4, but they made an exception with McDonald because he did 4. Somehow they finagled that one. That's what I'm hearing. But that full pay, how we have to do 3 years to get our money. Mm-hmm. So I could say, well, maybe he knows. After his 4 years, man, I screwed this all up.
He just hands the torch off to April Tardy. And
you name me names I know personally. No, come on, bro. There would be no ship to sink. That's a fact. And she knows it. April's a nice person, but if it wasn't for Willie Miller...
She's the one that signed off on my termination. They went case review and went to her.
Okay, then I'll name her. Willie Miller's aide. Yeah. I know too much, brother.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. You have to have that experience. You have to have earned your spot, and then you can appreciate it. If you didn't earn your spot, if you were carried, literally carried, you have no idea what a person is that had to work for it. And you don't know how coveted it is for them to enjoy being in that position because they earned it. To take it away is really easy if you didn't have to fight for shit your whole career. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was the signature, but it makes all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world. Take your money, do your thing, have some fun, go on some trips, but make decisions. Give it to someone who knows what the decisions should be. That's an easy one. Working out in the field, that situation happens all the time.
Daily. It's probably happening 50 times while we've been talking.
And
take down pepper spray, take down pepper spray, take down pepper spray.
You know how many times I've been in the meeting with deputies doing the most horrible things?
Oh, yeah. I've heard, just watching your show, I listen in and I'm like,
horrible.
And they're probably fucking lieutenants or chiefs. And
well, it sucks to be me.
Yeah.
Because I know all this shit. And it sucks to be them because they know I know all this shit. And what's worse for them is I know so much shit that I don't say. But I know what they're capable of and I know what they do and I know how they talk behind closed doors. And you're going to deal with you that way because we know the same people I'm talking about. She knows who I'm talking about. You know, pursuits, shit like that. And you're going to tell me that this is that important. This warranted it. Someone told you, oh, do it. And she did it. And that's just horrible.
Yep. Fire him. Let him fight for his job back.
Horrible. Like the 11 they did in CJ that time. Fire him, let him get their jobs back. I heard that one, so I know that one too. So they all got their jobs back the next day when they found that inmate. 11 guys fired. Yeah, right. That's not going to work. And they don't realize that you're fighting and you're not going to give up.
I'm not going to give. No, there's not a chance, you know.
You're not going to give up. You shouldn't give up.
No.
It's bullshit.
If I did something wrong, I'd have gave up 2.5 years ago. But
I could tell. I could tell you got the training is when you screw up, you say so.
Yeah.
I screwed up, man.
Hold yourself accountable,
You throw
man.
yourself on the sword. Hey, you know what, Sarge? I did this.
I fucked up.
And you take your lump. You take your lumps.
You take your lump. And, you know, yeah, I mean, a federal case, get the fuck out of here.
Handing this to a Fed, he should have just been crying because that was the weakest thing I've ever heard a person do. Handing this off at that point and what it was, the Feds had to be looking like, what the hell why are you giving us this? This is a joke. You know, because the Feds have a bunch of cases on cops all over the world. And they're looking at
actual good cases.
Real cases and going, who the hell got it in their hands and didn't hand it back? I don't understand that either. It's like, dude, this isn't even, there's no threshold here. This isn't us. Take that back, deal with your own house. But they took it and they ran with it like it was on fire. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. So I got to believe it's a bigger issue, and I don't understand who is that strong to run this up that high. I'm going to say it. You know, Joe Nankel? Joey Nankel, great guy. He's fighting. And they had a benefit for him. And we're all lined, this huge line to go get our food and give our money and all that stuff. She walks in with a little entourage, goes straight, grabs her food. And I looked at my partners who were OSS back in the day too, and I said, nothing's changed.
That's crazy.
Don't cut line. This man's fighting for his life. He's a legend, great guy.
Yeah.
And you're going to disrespect all of that just because you think you can go get food first. It's everybody saw it. So you might think, oh, it's no big deal. Or someone called me to the front and said, come on, ma'am, you're going to get some food first. Everybody was watching.
Where are the principles? Where are your principles? What happened to your morality? Like, what happened to just...
You want to see what she should have done? She should have said, I don't want the food. Here's some money.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to buy a T-shirt. How you doing, Joey? And then been on the way. And then
There
my problem is...
free meal.
Why did the sheriff send her? Where was he? This guy's done over 30 years, man, and he deserves way more than that. You should have been there, Luna. These are things that I'm trying to explain to the brass through this show. Is we're watching, everybody's watching, and you think nobody cares, nobody's paying attention. They're paying attention because if I'm hearing about it and I've been gone since 22, there's something going on here. You should notice that people are watching your every move, and you should be you should be setting an example of how to do these things. And you should be someone you'd inspire people to want to follow you. But I was quiet. My whole table was like, she's just going to walk up there and eat. And damn.
Ruthless.
Anyways, I know it's a side note, but it's the truth. I think it's a bigger picture there.
Yeah.
But hopefully it works out for you. I'm nobody, but anything I can do to help. Anything you need from me?
Prayers.
Oh, you got those already, brother. You got those already.
That's all. Because everybody always asks me, they're like, "Whoa, what do you need?" I'm like, just pray, man.
We pray.
Not only that, cool. If it works out for me, it works out for me, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't want to see anybody else go through this. Mm-hmm. I don't. And I mean, the sad reality is we are. It's the nature of the beast.
If they don't change the brass, yes. If that administration stays, yes. And I see it getting worse. But
yeah, they're going to double down and just start nuking. They're going to double down.
I've heard some things I'll talk to you off camera about, but I've heard some things that are positive. But I'm not going to give anybody juice, so I'll tell you later. I want you to do well. I want things to work out for you and your family, your beautiful family, new baby.
Thank you.
That's outstanding. They can't take any of that away from you. You got a strong family. You got your religion. You got your faith. They can't take that from you.
And I was thinking about that when I was brushing my teeth this morning. I was like, you know what? You could take my career. You could take, part of my dignity. Yeah, you guys, you did a number on me, And but you'll never take my faith away. Mm-hmm. You'll never take my family. You can try, but good luck. Mm-hmm. No. Take whatever you want. You ain't taking my faith. You ain't taking my family.
Well, now you got friends too.
And now I got new friends.
Yeah. Anytime, man. Anything I can do. Like I said, I'm nobody, but I can try my best.
Oh, you're not a nobody.
Whatever you guys want. What you guys want to do another one, bring the guys back. Bring some guys that want to say more stuff. Bring them.
I'll bring some guys that'll come unfiltered.
Bring them all. This door is open to all of you guys. Anybody, North County, South, I don't care. You're all my brothers. Bring them in.
Oh, yeah.
Bring them in. It's open door.
They'll let you know what's going on.
And I got a full bar. And if we do a night one, it'll be good.
Yeah.
But anytime, any day, I will open it. We'll do it again. You want to bring in some of your advocates, maybe lawyers or friends or whatever. Okay. We'll do it. We'll make it happen. And we want to get as loud as we can. We can do it here.
Cool.
Okay?
Let's do it.
Anything else? You got anything going on? Any websites? Any
nothing?
Selling anything? Making anything?
No
books.
I thought about writing a book. Right? I did.
Write the book.
Write the book.
I'll buy it. I'll promote it right here. I will. We'll put it right here, like Dale did, right there, and you can talk about it, and we'll push it. He got some good feedback.
Good.
We're getting a little bit of most of this is deputies, so I love that. So I know your brothers are watching.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be
and sisters.
They're gonna be all over it. They're gonna be all over it. I hope.
Promise me you come back.
Of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
Take care.